Eric's question is up next. He says, when working out calculations for retirement, they always ask about cash. What do they mean by that? Like my emergency fund, or is cash something else or other types of accounts in this context? So specifically when thinking about net worth and retirement savings, could you clarify this for him?
So this is a great question. I'll let you fill in, Bo, but Eric's probably like, so do I go pull $10,000 out and keep that under my mattress, or do I keep it access? And it's not even access to cash, because access to cash, man, there is a whole broad spectrum here, because there is, when you people say cash, there's a group of people that are probably saying, oh my gosh, these guys are saying put this under your mattress. And then there's other groups, these financial mutants that are, they think they're financial mutants, but it's the people that think, well, access to cash works. And I've fallen into this because I was a good financial mutant where I had a home equity line, or I see people who think they have a good investment portfolio, that's going to be their cash. There is a broad spectrum. So kind of answer that question. What do we mean when we say cash?
Yeah, I'm curious. When working out calculations, they always ask about cash. I guess I don't know who the they is. I guess he's talking about financial advisors.
When we say emergency reserves 3 to 6 months, he's probably trying to figure out what shape, form, accounts can that be in.
So one of the things that we espouse is that not only in accumulation, but even more so in decumulation, you do need to have true emergency reserves, true cash that you can get to. And when we say cash, like high yield savings accounts, this is not like Folgers can in the backyard. This is like liquid cash in a savings account that you can get to. And we think that for a retiree, someone living off of their assets, it should probably be 12 to 18 months of living expenses. So when you look at your total portfolio, you're going to have 12 to 18 months in some liquid, principally safe, non-volatile asset called cash. It could be in a high yield savings, a money market mutual fund, money market account, any of those types of suggestions. But in addition to that, then when you look at your whole portfolio structure, you are going to have a mix of risk on and risk off, or risk reduced assets. Now, even though assets might be risk reduced, like fixed income investments, bonds, alternative type investments, I would not classify those specifically as cash. Cash are things that you know you can get to tomorrow without any loss in principal. You're not going to risk a bad day causing you to go get that money and it being worth less than it was when you originally put the dollars in there. So for retirees, we want you to be somewhere between 12 to 18, or maybe for even more conservative retirees, all the way up to 24 months of available liquidity. And then in addition to that, we also want you to have some conservative type asset base inside of your retirement portfolio.
The liquidity is a big thing, because I find, and I think through time, like there's products that can get confusing. Like you hear cash value. That's not, yes, you could get to it, but that's not one, that's got a different liquidity format than having money in a high yield savings account or in a brokerage account. I also think about, remember there was this whole season where staked crypto accounts where supposedly that was an alternative for cash.
Like 8 or 10% yields.
And then don't forget, even back before the Great Recession, you had mortgage-backed cash type options that got into a lot of liquidity problems. There's always going to be somebody who's really smart that's going to be out there marketing an alternative to cash equivalent type of investments. Just be careful. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. We want you to be able to get access and actually the ability to have liquid capital at your need, and that's cash that's in a bank, a high yield savings account, a liquid money market account. Don't fall into some of these fancy things that are trying to market a higher yield, riskier version, because they say, what could go wrong? Well, you'll always have accesses. I have them tell you, through the Great Recession, I saw all those mortgage-backed ones. All of a sudden, they started freezing assets. The staked accounts with the cryptos, they started locking those down. You want to be able to have money when everybody else is panicked, because that's where the contrarian wealth building opportunity is going to show itself. It's not just to get you through emergencies. There's potential that down the road your cash actually has wealth building opportunities as well.